As architect, we don't need to intentionally want to do this project to be green, to be sustainable, because everything needs to be sustainable now. The architecture should be sensible. Hi, my name is Amata Luphaiboon. I'm one of the two principals of Department of Architecture, a design studio based in Bangkok, Thailand. We designed the corner house quite a few years ago, and it just finished just last year, I think. The owner of the corner house, he and his family visit one of our works at TheCommons Thonglor. The project was the first commercial project of our firm. He then asked to meet me. We found that he has an intention to not only carry like the function or the mood of the common, but also the soul, the soul that the architecture is designed to attract people and become part of the neighborhood. I really love his passion on developing not just a building, but also a community. When we designed the commons, both the common Thonglor and the common Saladaeng, two projects in Bangkok, like all big cities in Southeast Asia, most people they just go to the shopping mall and just spend time there because they don't have any other choices. But I really believe that people want something else. If we can provide an open air space that's comfortable, if it's not too hot or too cold or too humid or too dry. If we can create a microclimate that is comfortable for people, we can actually bring people out from the air-conditioned space. When we finished these two commons, it proved to us that this is viable not only to Bangkok, but to other countries with similar climate. Definitely, Philippines, we have a bit similar type of hot and humid climate. In Philippines, you have really strong rain like monsoon. So the architecture, we have to evolve and develop to be able to withstand the monsoon situation. We design an open air space that continue from the ground, cascading upward, and then become like the main common ground space on the second floor, and then continue upward to third and fourth floor. This open air space is well protected by rain because the architecture provides the surface that is breathable. Winds can come through easily, but when it's a monsoon, the surface is operable. Since the area of the internal space is quite large, so even though we close out all the wall, it still feels outdoor. The architecture that is breathable and it can be totally opened up and totally closed. all the food F&B shop become like floating mass. We have gaps in between. The open air space is big enough to have like different pockets. The floating mass has gaps, so the wind can go through from all directions. The second feature, which I think is quite fun, is that when I first visit San Juan, I noticed that there is no walkway, no sideway, just like the road and then the property. So I'm wondering how people like walk, how people jog, how people run, because in Thailand people like run all the time. That's why I introduced a jogging track. That starting from the ground and then wrap around the building and push itself inside the building, go through interior and exterior. And then wrap up to the rooftop. The whole loop of jogging track, one loop is 500 meters precisely. And with the help of lighting designer, we lit up this jogging track differently with a different color that change the different times of the day. One of the design features is the skylight. I punched lots of skylight. Functionally, want to bring the light into the interior space. We use the glass that have dichroic effect. Dichroic is some kind of sticker inside the glass which allow certain spectrum of sunlight. On different angle, you will see the skylight as a colorful box and then bring down the really colorful beam of light to the interior space. Our firm, we try to make each project unique in itself, not because of the form or the physical thing, but the things that is specifically created only by that project. The concept, the principle of the design have to come from innately from the context or the program or the history of the place or the site itself, or the owner. It can come from many angles. And even though the function might be similar to Bangkok-Commons, but actually the outcome is really different. Architecture has such a big role on society. I saw that the architecture that intentionally designed for public, for the commons and the corner house, even though it's a private property, it's a private development, but we want it to include all people, to make the gesture of the architecture so inclusive. It's open up, like people can flow in from all the angles. And the architecture itself should be able to adapt according to different time and different people, and people change. Yeah, and people change how they want the space. The architecture needs to be able to adapt to different needs. The architecture itself needs to have the inviting feeling. When we invite them, they come in.
For more insightful videos on design, subscribe to Design Will Save the World.